You know, I think that the notion of drug is a fairly stupid one. I mean, I identify the first psychedelic drug I ever took was science fiction, and I took it daily for years. And rocketry was a big high too. I was one of those people who stuffed potassium perchlorate and sugar into stainless steel piping and take it out on the football field and blow enormous craters in the pitcher's mound. And it was somewhat late that I came to what is formally known as drugs. And cybernetics is one of these things, you know. It's an exo-compound. You don't put it into your body, you interact with it at the keyboard. But you know, the keyboard is entirely an illusion of this very early mechanical stage that we're in of interacting with the machine. I mean, think how it would be if the keyboard were not there and nothing were there, and just to use a computer would be to sit down and just compose yourself in a certain state of mind, and then you would be in the network and able to word search the Library of Congress and all of these things. This is obviously coming. I mean, this is what technology seeks to do, and we need unobtrusive technologies. So the psychedelic research which we're doing, and which seems somehow, we don't know whether we're millenarians or whether we're mystics or whether we're escapists, but actually we are pioneers in creating the parameters of the kinds of states of consciousness that will be institutionalized cybernetically and biopharmacologically in the next century if we're to survive. Because the kind of chaotic, propagandized, mass-minded, atomized, competitive, ego-centric, patriarchal tendencies that are in all of us at present are lethal. And you know, they're more present in the leadership than anywhere else. So the situation is critical. And exotic solutions must be the only ones that one can put one's faith in, because the logic has outrun itself. The whole mess is a creation of the logical mind. I mean, it seemed so clear back there in the 17th century, you know, the universal rights of man and so forth. But it turned out rather badly, and it's because it was a masculine, one-sided undertaking, as Western civilization had been since the suppression of the goddess and the breakup of Eleusis and the going underground of ecstatic states where you get in touch with the overmind and get the historical juice, the direction for the historical process. Now this is coming again, but let's hope not too late. I don't think so. I think that it's just going to be a hair-raising, hell-raising experience, but that we will be reborn, and that it will come to pass that the human future is secured, perhaps for tens of thousands of years in our lifetime. It has to do with diffusing the political situation, dispersing people through the solar system, and unleashing capitalism in a humane environment, which means an uninhabited environment of unlimited resources, which means nowhere on Earth. It can't be on Earth. If I had the power to do it, I would turn the Earth into botanical dimensions, meaning the Earth should be a botanical garden, a repository of life forms, a carefully tended and cultivated treasure, the greatest treasure which being ever gave to the human race. And no matter how far we go and how many planets fall under our sway, it will be the gene swarm of the home planet that will eventually determine how well we do out in the galaxy. And so, you know, as I said, it is the alchemical pearl. It is the concrescence. And saving the planet, saving ourselves, saving the destiny of generations of people yet unborn is all tied up in this climactic moment of historical complexity, when we not only leave the planet, but leave the primate form that we have been locked in for 1 million years, leave our historical foolishness behind. It is time for the human race to grow up, and the end of childhood and the beginning of a broader horizon of being that we intuit in the imagination, in our poetry, in our art, in our religion. But these are merely glimpses over the landscape. And now we have crossed that desert of history, and we're on the brink of these things. There is an opportunity for the millennium. The problem is within the human heart, and the answer is all around us in various ways. The question and the task is to realize it, and then realize it again, and then again, and alchemically condense it, so that finally it all becomes this one thing, this alchemical quintessence, which makes everything new and transforms and makes us safe and ends strife and ends difficulty and rescues somehow all the things that went on in the past, so that they have meaning. And it's all then is understood as having been toward this end, which is now achieved, so that we can now rest in the peace which passeth understanding.